What's going on, guys? Welcome to the BSBN podcast. Today it's me, myself, Patrick, and Dan here with me.
Hi, hi guys.
We're
What's
missing
up?
out. We're missing out on Vic today. Vic had some unfortunate stuff to go deal with today, so he's out working his butt off out there in the real world while we're here just bullshitting about sports. So Dan, I wanted to touch up on this today. We have a lot of good primetime games to talk about from last week, and we're going to lead right now into the first one, which is the 49ers versus the Rams, which we all got wrong, by the way. This game was incredible. I don't know how you felt about it, but the fact that Mac Jones came in to this game right now, they came out 3-1 to versus the Rams. I think we're also 3-1. Both teams are 3-1. Mac Jones comes out with no starters besides McCaffrey. Everyone else is out. Ayuk is out. I think they had a wide receiver 3 was their number one guy, and the rest of them were all just.
It was basically all, from what I saw, especially on like the internet, on Twitter and everything. It was a whole bunch of squad teams. It was a whole bunch of practice squad players that were on their team because they didn't have their starters.
And they managed to somehow pull away a win against the Rams. Now, there were some absolute unfortunate events with the Rams. Williams, the running back, fumbling the ball at the one. I think he fumbled twice. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that happened with that game. But the fact that they pulled out this win by a field goal was insane.
The Rams are a very good team, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the mistakes that are happening and the reasons why they're losing, the Rams players themselves are to blame. I mean, yeah, okay, yes, this game went to overtime, and yeah, McVay being one of the more creative coaches in the league, and you're taking the ball out of Stafford's hands and trying to run it up the middle. There's no creativity in that. So of course you're going to lose that game or put yourself in a losing position.
Was that the fourth down play where they ran it up the gut or something like
Yeah,
that? Right,
that was 4th and 1, and they tried to run it right up the gut. It's like McVay only could think of that one play to run it, not be a little bit more creative and keep it in the hands of Matt Stafford, who had an incredible game. Because no guy should go 30 and 47 and have 389 yards and be taking the ball out of your hand. You are the guy that are driving them down the field at that point.
Yeah, and he's like one of the most,
putting them in these critical positions.
Yeah, and he's like one of the most winning quarterbacks in ever to win a game in final drive or overtime experiences. I think he's like 5th of all time is what they showed on the broadcast. So for him to come out, he didn't have a single interception thrown, 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, yeah.
3 touchdowns. He threw amazing, and I do agree with it. Like, you're 4th and 1, but I think, you know what it all comes back down to? I think it comes back to, like, the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Seahawks, where you 1 yard away. And now everyone thinks that 1 yard, if I don't run that ball, I'm going to be made. That's it. I'm done.
But let's be real here. That game, like, everybody knew that was stupid because you're literally at the 1 yard line in goal.
Yeah.
You're inches away from the goal line, and you have Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
You run the ball in with him, no?
100%. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Pete Carroll made the right play call there. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the people go into this going, you know what? I have to run this ball.
Being in red zone territory and being in field goal range, and I think it was field goal range where they
I don't remember I don't remember where it happened at. I think they were still fighting for it.
But you have enough yards to go to make a reasonable short gain to pick up that first down. You don't have to throw it deep to get a touchdown out of that. I mean, yeah, the touchdowns win you the game, but at that point, running the ball, I did not like that call, especially right up the gut and not having any creativity for that one play, especially McVay.
I'd be fine running the ball up the middle if it was working. It's like they had like a amount of runs that game, and it's not like it had crazy success. You know, the majority was on the passing, and everyone got the ball. Every receiver got the ball practically on that team. Like, they had a lot of guys with, I think, over 60 plus yards or whatever the case was. At least 4 of them all had 60 plus yards of receiving. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like 4 or 5 of them all had 60 plus yards or some shit.
Adams, 88 yards. Puka Nacua, 85. Atwell, 72. Williams, 66.
Which is the running back. And then like everyone got the ball otherwise. It's like I agree where it's like in this situation where the running game isn't really doing you too well, and it's actually been where you got the turnovers from, I'd rather you just go ahead and try to pass it, because both of your things, I think when Stafford was the one who ran the ball, that's when he got the fumble. So I'd rather you just go ahead and try to pass this ball in to get a first down at the very least to keep your hopes alive. But the fact that they ran it up the gut on a team that has not been allowing the run in the San Francisco 49ers, and then that was a big mistake by the Rams.
Did they have another block field goal this week, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, there was a block field goal this week. There was another block field goal this week, which was insane to me. I could not believe, once again.
At this point, the Rams are to blame. It's not the coaching, because McVay had that one bad call, but this is more so on the players and them not doing their job.
I think it's a kicking thing around the league. So many kickers have been around the league doing it, but the Rams, this is the second time, because they got blocked against the Eagles, and then they got blocked again against San Fran the very next week. That's insane to kind of, come out in the Eagles game. 2 times in the Eagles. So that's 3 blocked field goals this year. I don't know if they had any others. If anyone else does, then, feel free to comment below. But it's just insane to me that they came out and really got 3 blocked field goals in a single year, which I'm not sure is too unheard of. But for me, I feel like there's an insane amount this year. There's so many blocked field goals throughout the league. It's insane. It just is. I keep saying the word insane because it's just insane. I don't know what else to say about it. Nacua has a great game, obviously. He had a lot of receptions there, 85 yards, like what you said earlier. He played great in the second half, because the first half he was locked down. They had him shut down the entire first half. And then I don't, like, you know what? Screw the Rams in the situation. The big story about this game was Mac Jones. Mac Jones goes down 3 different times, hurt this entire game. And he came back every time to get back into the play, whether it be 1 or 2 plays later, and got back to immediately throwing that ball. Every time he got hurt, he had a leg issue, a hip issue, a knee issue. He just kept going. He's like, I got it. He was hobbling at the end of that game. I'm shocked that he even made it out of there alive. It was insane. And he did great. He did amazing as well. He had identical stats to Matthew Stafford.
He just threw under 350 yards.
Just almost identical stats to Matthew Stafford. And then on top of that, he played his ass off. He played really good, and I was happy to see him do that. And then they had guys like Kendrick Bourne, who came out. I think he had over 125 yards, something like that. He did great.
142.
And then McCaffrey had like 60, 70 yards, something like that as well. They had a lot of these guys come out and really show, I mean, McCaffrey's been their life and blood. He's been the guy on that team this whole year.
McCaffrey has been the guy at both teams that he's been on so far.
Yeah, and
the Panthers and the 49ers.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for ever doubting him, because you know what? I picked him up in fantasy, and I feel like every week I have a question of, should I bench him? And then meanwhile, he's been like the best running back in the league, like week in, week out.
Yeah, well, I had no running back this week in fantasy, so
yeah, I know you had Henry, and then you had Hampton, who got injured.
Yeah, I had Hampton down,
and you still won in fantasy versus me. You still beat me in fantasy, which was crazy to me. But I mean, at the same time, it is what it is. Jamar Chase had an amazing game, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, Mac Jones coming in, and that was such warrior stuff to see him come out and play like that, and that was incredible for him to come out and just be injured, come back into the game, be injured again, come back. Like, he looked like he was dead each time. Each time he went out, you thought he was gone for good, and then he just came back in the next play or 2 plays later, perfectly. He's like, all right, listen, I got this.
Of the player, he has the mentality of a player that's not gonna stop competing.
Yeah, and it was really good to see. I was happy for Mac Jones. I think everyone like I'm not a 49ers fan by any means, but I gained so much respect for Mac
Oh,
Jones.
this was a great game for the 49ers to win the way that they
Yeah.
won it. It's kind of impressive, if you ask me,
Yeah, no,
that you're playing with a whole bunch of guys that could be practice squad players and you're pulling out the W at that point. I mean, all props to Kyle Shanahan and that coaching staff over there to make them compete in this game.
yeah, it was fantastic. So I'm very happy to see him. But now the big question is, and I don't do we remember if we talked about this? Did Brock Purdy get signed to this team? Like, is he
I
officially
believe
signed?
Brock Purdy is signed.
Is he officially signed contract? Let's go look at the contract. He is. So he is on a yeah. So he signed a contract this year for 5 years, $265 million extension. And he came into the season. He's got how many? What's his touchdowns and interceptions ratio? What is he doing right? I know he's doing bad. He's did
He's been
bad in the games that
injured
he's
too.
played. He has been injured, but Mac Jones literally just showed that he came in. What are you going to do? Like, you're going to be injured. Injury's going to happen. But he's come in. He's right now. He's yeah. He in both games he played against Jacksonville. He's played against Seattle. In both games, he had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He played better in the was that preseason? That's 9-7. That's not even regular season, right? 9-7, September 7th. That is regular season. Never mind. I'm so far. I'm so thrown back by the fact that we're like starting earlier now in the season. It feels like so.
We're going to week 6.
That's nuts to me. That's crazy that we're already a third of the way into the season. That's nuts. That's
Yeah,
insane.
I know.
But yeah, so he's played 2 preseason. He's played 2 regular season games. He did good against Seattle and then lost against Jacksonville. We're going to talk about them, I think, probably after this. I kind of want to go into that game like almost instantly, but yeah, just so he's got 4 interceptions, 4 touchdowns with 586. Honestly, he's not playing great by any means, and I don't know. And you can't even say it's the talent because Mac Jones has been on this team every game, and he's come out and he's played amazing so far this season. He's 6-1 right now on touchdown ratio with a 905 on the yards, and he hasn't had Ayuk. He hasn't had any of his starters either. But he's coming out and they're winning. They're 4-1 right now. So, I mean, he's played in 3 of the games. He got 3 starts, and he hasn't played bad teams either. He played New Orleans. That's probably the worst game. But he played Arizona, who's not a bad team, even though they are really. We'll get into that one later as well. But he played Arizona, and then he just beat the Rams in overtime. You can call it luck, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but he won the game. He did great. There was nothing wrong with what he did. He's doing better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league right now, and he's basically a career backup, unless someone takes him for a full season. And I don't think it's going to be San Fran with the fact that they just got Purdy on a 5-year contract.
Yeah, no, I see. Here's the thing: when you're a backup, especially like a Mac Jones guy, I feel like Mac Jones.
You're good.
Oh no, my dog is barking.
Yeah, let him be a dog. It's fine.
Okay, but yeah, Mac Jones, I don't think is going to take away. I don't think is going to take away from him being the starter. For him getting the starting job, I think that's in Brock Purdy's hand, and they're going to let him start when he comes back. But Mac Jones has been, and if this game doesn't say that enough, he accepted that role to come in and play when he needs to play, and you could rely on him.
So if you're going into this, Mac Jones is not Mac Jones. Purdy is questionable for week 6 going into it, and they're versing. Who are they versing next week? I don't know who they're versing. Who's week 6? Who we got them on week 6?
They are playing
Tampa. They're going in against Tampa, which is another good team. Do you start
if
Purdy
he's
this
still
game?
questionable, it really depends. If you want him to get full healthy, I say ride with Mac Jones right now because he has the hot hand.
But he's also hurt. He's also another one. I mean, he's listed as active right now. He's not listed as inactive or anything like that. But he's also been banged up this last game. He's been dealing with a knee injury
Yeah,
all
but banged
season.
up, you're a football player. You're gonna be banged up. Like we've seen football players come out in Super Bowl and say that they've been battling injuries the whole season. So it's just a football player mentality that they're gonna be banged up, but they're gonna go out and play. It's the mental toughness that these players have.
So you're saying if Brock Purdy's healthy, you go with him to start?
I said if you want him to get fully healthy, block Brock Purdy. I say rest him this week and start Mac Jones because he has the hot hand right now. And it showed with his stats that he put up against the Rams.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, I could see it if he's not fully healthy, leave him out. And then if you feel like Mac Jones is just too hurt at the moment or whatever case is, or if you feel he's not putting up the game, then maybe sub him in. But right now, I think Brock Purdy should just be the backup for this week and maybe start him in week 7 if you can, unless they're on a bye. I don't know what their bye week, but yeah, I mean, if you can put him in for week 6 because he's healthy, then fine. But if it's like a game time decision, maybe list him as the backup and then just have Mac Jones go into there, see how he does, and if he plays bad, then put in Purdy. Just kind of swing it out there.
I agree because, like I've been saying, it is impressive what the 49ers pulled off this week, especially
incredible.
Like a team against the Rams.
Incredible game.
Like, honestly, you don't normally see teams like that or at that caliber where they lose all their starters. And yeah, the 49ers are riddled with injuries again this year, and it sucks because this is a team that has competed to be in the playoffs year in and year out with Kyle Shanahan, and it sucks that another year in a row your team is getting injury prone again, and ride with Mac Jones this week and let Brock Purdy actually get healthy.
I got to ask you then real quick before we jump off of this topic, are the 49ers legit? Do you have them being a playoff team, like a legit playoff team?
I had them being the top team in the West, in all honesty.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't. At the beginning of the season, I didn't. But that might just be my...
No, I mistake. I have them being the top team in the West.
I had this actually going to the Seahawks. I thought the Seahawks were gonna... they're still doing good. Jackson Smith has been playing amazing, and he's playing great as a wide receiver. They're doing good over there. Sam Darnold's not playing bad. I think they have a shot at still winning.
Just that division is way too competitive. Each team
which is weird.
Arguably even when you look at it on paper.
Which is weird.
Like even Arizona is one of those teams where when Kyle Murray's actually like locked in, he is a good quarterback. Like I don't understand.
Aren't the Rams in that division too?
Yeah. It's San Fran, Seattle, Rams, and Arizona.
Oh, that is a competitive team. I think the Rams are still the best team out of that division. But the fact that
defense, without a doubt, if you look at it like paper wise.
Yeah, I mean between them and San Fran, because San Fran's got a good defense as well. They're playing great defense. They can play defense for sure. And then the Seahawks, I think, are just like, I think I had the Seahawks winning this one because I didn't know how the Rams were going to come out this year, and I honestly didn't think they were going to come out good at all. I mean,
what's his name is back as a defensive coordinator too. The Jets head coach. What was his name?
Yeah. Salah's back there now.
Salah is back there as the defensive coordinator. So
I'm going to bring up this stat.
You know that defense is going to be very good.
I'm going to bring up this stat later because I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, but Robert Salah's brother called out the Jets on Twitter yesterday. And he talked about it. He goes,
I think it's stupid that they just moved on from a head coach.
He said, he goes, in week 5, the Jets owner Woodson, whatever his name is, they needed a spark, and so they got rid of the coach, and then they went 3-14 since then without Salah. Salah joins a new team. He's immediately 4-1 on his next team with the defense playing impeccable.
Honestly, my whole opinion behind that is I think that was more so Aaron Rodgers is doing.
100%. 100%.
It wasn't that they needed to get rid of a head coach because they didn't. Salah proved that he can run a defense, and he proved it with the 49ers because the 49ers were, before he got selected to be a head coach, they were the top defense in the league, the 49ers.